Hi there, and I would like to welcome you back to Helping Hands. And today is going to be a review on more classic cars. Today will be a classic, well, I'm not sure it's quite the classic yet, but it's an older Volvo, and it's a Volvo C30. And I purchased this Volvo in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I believe I bought it brand new. And of course I bought it quite a while back. And let's see, I have my purchase sheet, disclosure sheet right here in front of me. And it says the date of 2013, 5/12/2013. So that's when I purchased it. And so I believe it was probably a model 2012 or perhaps 2013. And this is my second Volvo, but it was my first of the two that I have owned. And I have to say that, and it was also my first European car and my first luxury car that I ever purchased. And I have to say, when it was wonderful. I mean, it was like a dream for sure. It was like a dream car because it was just so smooth. Volvo is very smooth. It's a smooth ride. The other Volvo I had was a smoother ride because it was a wagon. It's a wagon style. I'm gonna do a review on that. I have a review on when I added some different rims on that particular model. And but this is the first one I purchased, and I mean the difference, I can bring out the difference between the two. That might be very helpful. And then of course, every time I would get the oil changed, or I have anything done to any of these vehicles, we have a really good service. I mean, the Volvo service is really great. I mean, they give you free car washes, etc. when you buy a Volvo. And anytime you're getting anything done, they lend you a car, and it's usually a brand new Volvo. And they have different models that they lend out when you're leaving your car to get something done. And you can use the car to run errands or whatever you're going to do, and come back and get your car in a few hours or whatnot. So I've driven, quite a few Volvos, and I have to say that, I'm always going to be a Volvo lover, but I do prefer older, more, classic type cars. But like I said, I bought this one brand new, and I don't have it anymore. I traded it in for the other Volvo that I have, and you can see the review for the other one on my site. But yeah, this one, compared to the other one was an older, just slightly older model than this model, but it was the wagon, and this is very sporty. And the difference between the two was this one had a lot of power. And I mean, it really did have a lot of punch when you hit that accelerator foot pedal. I mean, it had quite a powerful engine, and this was only a 4-cylinder. I was surprised because I was like, wow, this Volvo has a lot of torque for only being a 4-cylinder. But I remember wanting the 4-cylinder and excited about the 4-cylinder because I wanted to save on gas. And it really was good on gas. I didn't feel like I needed all that power, but I got it anyway because this Volvo had a lot of torque. And so that was one of the differences between the two. Of course, the other one was a wagon, but and the other Volvo is a 6-cylinder, so of course it had a lot of power. It's very powerful engine on on the Volvo V70 is the other one I had, and it was very powerful engine, but it didn't have the torque, the get up and go like this one did. So this one was a lot more fun, but the other one was a lot more luxurious. That's how I would describe the difference between the two. So yeah, okay, so it had a lot of power, a lot of fun to drive, really good on gas. And let's see, I had a sunroof in mind, so I really enjoyed the sunroof. The stereo systems in Volvos, for me personally, were really excellent on both of them. And I actually went to go upgrade the stereo system on my V70, but the guy that was going to do it, he was obviously a very honest person, because I was ready to spend some money to upgrade the stereo system on my V70, and he adjusted a few things on the V70, the stereo system there, and I really didn't need it after that because what I was trying to achieve after he made the few adjustments, it was just like, wow, okay, well, I really don't believe I need the upgrade now, because this just sounds how I wanted it, and it was just beautiful. So they both have really good sound systems, and of course they have places to plug in all your your iPods and your phone for your music, and it was just such a sweet ride. And there really was nothing like, I really can't compare it to anything from when driving my first European luxury car. It was just like, whoa, this is quite the difference from in the past I had mainly a few Asian vehicles, Asian made. I'm trying to think if I had any American. I don't think I did. I'm going to review my very first car I ever had, and that was also a European car, but it was a classic though, so you couldn't really have that. You didn't get that feel of luxury like you do with the newer ones when you buy it. It was just a cool car to have, and so look out for that video. I'm gonna do a review on that. And I never really considered myself a car person per se, but I look at my experiences through my journey, and I guess perhaps I am a car person, because I've had some really great cars. I've had some really cool cars, and I mean, if you work hard, that's one of the things I suppose you spend your money on. Well, I did anyway. Was a nice vehicle, but I did and do always prefer like more of a classic type car, as opposed to the newer cars, even though I'm now driving a newer model car. I mean, as far as probably European cars and stuff like that, I like the classics. But anyway, that's my main review. It was good on gas, excellent sound system, lots of torque, lots of fun, good on gas. I think the one complaint I would have with Volvos in general, and this particular Volvo, is I'm not really a fan of the headrest, the way Volvo makes their headrests. You know how they're round, and they have that push forward, and it's in case you get in an accident. I understand that design to it, and I'm sure it's probably very safe because Volvos, they're made for that. Safety issues, I think, is one of the highest ratings is Volvo, and so I understand that, but I really don't care for it. I don't like the way they're designed, the headrest. And then the other thing was for this smaller model, the sporty model. I mean, one of the cool things though that I think they made this model because of the old Volvo that was a hatchback. I think this is the only other hatchback, and they made it like according to that classic hatchback. That's, I think, what I read a long time ago. It's just coming to mind now. Why they made this hatchback was because of that old classic hatchback Volvo. And so that's another thing that just made it so cool for me. It's like, oh, I really wanted it. And you know, and it was affordable and just a great car. But yeah, the other complaint was for this particular model was getting in the back seat. You know, the seat belt gets in the way, and it's kind of hard. You know, the seats don't quite go up. There's not a lot of room to like move the seat up and then somebody's to get back there. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal, but you know, it might have been able to be designed just a little bit better for that particular part for me, I think. Just a little more room to just squeeze back there, maybe some way to just for the seatbelt to automatically get out of the way so a person can get in the back seat. But other than that, I really don't have any other complaints. Just would be the headrest on Volvos I don't really care for, and then the you know, it's not the easiest getting in the back seat because it's really a small area to squeeze back there. But yeah, everything else was great about this Volvo, and I really enjoyed it. I don't have it now, but I wanted to give a review on it because I just think it was such a great car, and somebody might be interested in listening to this. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a like. I'd really appreciate it. Perhaps subscribe as well. That would be great. And come back and see some more of our videos. Thanks a lot.